part 2 of chapter number 3, Journey to the End of the Earth, written by Tishani Doshi, who was belonging from South, and she had done she has been an explorer in the year 2012 when the Student on the Ice program was conducted by Geoff Green. She was the member of that program, and here she has given us what she has experienced over there on that place, and she felt something about humans, that about inhuman activity through which we are ruining our environment. So in part 2, let us see what she has seen over there afterwards. So a visit to the Antarctica gave the writer a deeper understanding. Actually, we have just listened this. Even I have listened this only, that we are facing global warming problem. But Tishani Doshi has given that she has experienced by herself. What she has experienced, she got deeper understanding when she by herself went on that place. So she felt the fold mountains, the arts, history, ecology and environment, all these things she felt by herself when she was on the land of Antarctica. She understood what is fold mountains, a range of mountains. The Earth's history, cause our Earth's past, present and future lies on the land of Antarctica only. Ecology, she came to know, and environment, how we are destroying our environment and how we are polluting our environment, that she comes to know when she actually was on that place. The visit was to know more about Antarctica. She heard about Antarctica, but as she visited that place, she came to know more and more about Antarctica. The actual scene she has seen over there on that place, it is to understand. What to understand? The significance of Cordilleran folds, means the folded range of mountains, and Precambrian granite, that she can see the granite. I hope you heard about granite stone. So granite stones, shells were there, ozone layer she can notice there, and carbon dioxide. Nowadays we are having a blanket of carbon dioxide. We are having less oxygen than the carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide we are having a lot, but what we need, ozone and oxygen, that we are not having. So carbon, evolution and extinction. Okay, what is the evolution she felt there? What extinction she felt there? What she has seen there? Everything she has given here. Okay, third point says us India pushing northwards. I have told you in the first part, at last I have given you the map of India, how India pushed upwards. I hope you have seen part 1, in which I have explained the India means pushing towards northwards to join Asia, forming Himalayas. See, firstly, priorly in ancient time, India was a little bit part of Antarctica, but somehow the situation changes, environment changes, climate changes, and likewise Gondwana land totally separated from each other. Gondwana land aparted into different parts. So in that part our India was also there, and India was pushed toward northward, and India was just hit with the South Asia and Himalayas created, just because India's land pushed northward, and that's why Himalaya created. And South America drifting towards North America, South America drifting towards North America opened that Drake Passage, and that's why the gap between that land we can see. The gap is called Drake Passage. 90% of the Earth's total ice volumes are stored in Antarctica. Just imagine, 90% of the world's whatever icebergs, ice, shields, okay, whatever the thing in the form of ice that lies in the Antarctica only, 90%. Icebergs are as big as countries. You can just imagine icebergs. They are as big as country. They are having the area of one country. Okay, and was devoid of any human marks. There we can't see any human beings. There is no human beings. There is even no chance to live over there. It means that is totally a different planet. We can imagine like that. Actually that is Earth, but when you are there on the Antarctica, definitely you will feel the another planet, just because there is no extinction of the human being over there. There is no existence of the human being, and you can't see any humans and any single marks of the humans over there. Only and only you can feel the ice and white land. Days go and go in 24-hour austral summer light every time from the austral means from the south side they can get the light, and just because of that we have changed the environment, and thus the icebergs, the shelves, okay, that totally dissolved and it turned into water, and nowadays Antarctica is in the problem. Now Antarctica is having the so many problems through which we are in danger. We ourselves are in danger. So that's why Tishani Doshi has told us that Antarctica is the only place where the Earth's past, present and future will be there. If we are saving our environment, definitely we can save ourselves. By inhuman activity, we did a lot of the things that will totally opposite from the nature. Obviously, if we are ruining the nature, why nature will let us go? Nature will also take revenge to us, and that we have seen already. We are seeing in nowadays also. So this is the whole chapter is all about the inhuman activity. Now let me tell you more about the impact of the inhuman activity on the environment. Now let me tell you the human impact on the environment. Here you can see which kind of human activities are there through which we can destroy our environment. I will tell you that human beings have been on the earth. They have existed on the earth about 12,000 years ago. 12,000 years ago the humans were there on the earth, and still it is the hereditary. We can see the human beings on the earth today also in this short span of time. 12,000 years, in this short span of time we have changed the face of our environment. We have already changed the environment. Means totally we destroyed. You can just go before 50 years ago. Even you are going before 15 years ago, you can see the cleanliness into the environment, and nowadays you can see the increasing part of the vehicle, increasing part of the population, increasing part of the pollution. Okay. So likewise we have made environment for the worse and worse we are making. Means we are destroying our lives only. We have dominated the earth by establishing cities and mega cities. On the earth, everywhere, we are building the residential area where the fields are there. We destroy the fields, we remove the fields, and on that place we have created the residential area. Means we have made the earth and we dominated earth by establishing the cities and the mega cities. This had led to an encroachment of Mother Nature, through which the weightage on the earth will increase. Nowadays we can see the deforestation on the earth. Vegetation is important part of our life, but we have already destroyed it too. We are limiting resources on the planet. Obviously, we are having so many limited resources on the earth, and that we have already damaged, that we have already used, that we are wasting of the resources for other creatures, that are not the source only of ours, that are also for other creatures too. Why we have wasted for ourselves only? The average global temperature is rising. Obviously, the global warming situation nowadays you can feel. Every day the temperature will be increasing day by day, and thus the Antarctica iceberg and ice shells were totally dissolved and that turned into water. And the blanket of the carbon dioxide around the world is increasing. We are having nowadays only carbon dioxide that we can't take for our life. Obviously we need oxygen, but we totally destroy and we totally dissolve the oxygen from the environment. We are having now carbon dioxide just because of the increasing amount of the vehicles, increasing amount of the pollution, increasing amount of the population, increasing amount of the factories, to which we are just creating smokes, and that smoke is all about the blanket of carbon dioxide. So in short, we have destroyed and we are destroying now our earth. So please, the message now I am going to show you that we will have to follow for preserving our earth. Lesson to be learned from this chapter is, the greatest lesson to be learned is that the little changes in the environment can have big repercussion. Obviously from the small thing, if we are taking care of small things, definitely we can change the biggest thing into the environment. The microscopic phytoplankton are nourishment for marine animals. See, this is a microscopic phytoplankton. This is the nourishment. This is the feed for the marine animal. Marine animal means the animals which lives in the water, and birds in the region. So this is the nourishment, that phytoplankton that we can see into the environment. We have to preserve them for these animals. Any more depletion in the ozone layer will affect the activities of these grasses. See, nowadays we are not having ozone layer. So if we want to save ozone layer, we must have to preserve earth, we must have to decrease pollution. And the phytoplankton leads us to conclude that at last the phytoplankton tells us that if we take care of small things, then definitely big things can be saved. See, phytoplankton is the smallest thing. If we are saving the phytoplankton for the other animals, for the environment, definitely we can do and we can change the biggest thing into the environment. So please refer this video, and if you are having any doubt, you can ask me into the live session. So we will solve our queries into the live session. Thank you.